The iPad can be used as a wireless remote to control the Mac version of Garageband. With the ability to control parameters remotely, you're no longer tied to your desk when working on projects, allowing you to move around freely whilst mixing and recording new content. The iPad can also function as an alternative to buying peripherals for MIDI input. Firstly, we need to download a free application called Logic Remote and install it onto the iPad. Using this application, the iPad can be used to control GarageBand, Logic Pro X, and MainStage. Once you've installed Logic Remote, open the GarageBand project on your Mac. When we start Logic Remote, we'll see a list of all the Macs which the application can communicate with. You need to ensure that both the Mac and iPad are connected to the same wireless network, otherwise you won't see anything listed here. Once selected, you may receive a prompt on the Mac asking for permission to allow the devices to communicate with one another. Once permission has been granted for the first time, Logic Remote should automatically connect to the Mac when it's available. On the iPad, we can now see a bank of faders, each corresponding to a channel in the Mac project. Moving a fader on the iPad will also move the equivalent fader in GarageBand. You can select specific tracks by either pressing the name at the bottom of the iPad or by pressing the arrows to cycle through each track. We can play the track in GarageBand by pressing the play button. Scrubbing across the timeline will also move the playhead simultaneously in GarageBand. Furthermore, by altering the display in GarageBand, the display on the iPad will also change. The Settings menu gives us access to a number of controls, such as undo and redo. By pressing on the button in the upper left corner of the screen and selecting key commands, we are given access to a range of shortcuts, which can be used to speed up your GarageBand workflow. Logic Remote can also be used to record new performances. Press the Song Settings button and create a new MIDI track. To change instruments, press the Library button and select a new one from the list. Logic Remote gives us access to a variety of interfaces for MIDI input. Just like in the iOS version of GarageBand, we can use the keyboard interface or chord strips. We can also play and record drums by using the drum pads.